The 2025 NFL Draft is underway, and the Las Vegas Raiders have made some serious noise in the early rounds. There's a different energy around this team right now, measured, calculated, and, above all else, experienced. Let's break down every move the Raiders have made so far, grading each pick and analyze the decisions behind them. From trades to team captains, from trench depth to upside cornerbacks, this draft has been anything but passive. What's up, buddies? Welcome back. If you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We cover all AFC West news here on this channel. Let's start at the top. At pick number 6, the Raiders selected Ashton Genty, the dynamic running back from Boise State. Now, this wasn't a move everyone saw coming. Running back at 6 is always going to spark debate. But here's the thing. No team did more homework on Genty than the Raiders. This organization didn't just fall in love with the tape. They invested in the character, leadership, and locker room presence. He wasn't just the best running back available. He may have been the best player on the board when the Raiders were on the clock. And in a league that's becoming increasingly wary of taking backs early, Las Vegas zagged with confidence. This pick gets a solid A. It's a high-floor, high-character selection that sets a tone. But the front office wasn't done. John Spytek came into this draft with a clear plan, and it showed in his maneuvering. He traded back from pick 37, making deals with the Dolphins and Texans, which allowed them to add extra picks while still landing quality players. These moves are what separate reactive teams from proactive ones. It wasn't just about drafting players, it was about stacking the board, gaining leverage, and extracting value. One of those acquired picks turned into Jack Bech at number 58, a wide receiver out of TCU. Now, Bech doesn't jump off the screen as a stat sheet stuffer, but that's not why the Raiders grabbed him. He's a throwback player, a physical, sure-handed receiver who's also one of the best blockings wideouts in the draft. When you invest in a running back at 6, you had better commit to building around him. Bech helps you do just that. He complements the skill sets of Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers, giving the offense a hard-nosed identity. In a vacuum, it's a B- pick, but in context, it's a smart puzzle piece. Next came Darien Porter at 68, a long, athletic corner with rare upside. He's raw in some areas, but the potential is off the charts. This is where Pete Carroll's track record developing defensive backs becomes a real asset. Porter's 6 years of college ball converted wide receiver background and sticky coverage numbers. 5 catches allowed on 17 targets with 3 interceptions. Make him an intriguing project. He might not start week 1, but don't be surprised if he's a contributor by midseason. This is an A pick. High upside, low cost, and a scheme fit. The Raiders doubled down on the trenches with back-to-back offensive linemen to round out the third round. Caleb Rogers at 98 and Charles Grant at 99. Let's be honest. Neither selection was flashy, but both were practical. Rogers is the kind of guy coaches love. Experienced, versatile, and durable. He's played all 5 positions along the line and hasn't missed a game in 4 years. He's a captain, he's reliable, and while the upside may be limited, he's the type of player who sticks on a roster for years. This one earns a C, an average pick but a safe one. Grant, on the other hand, has a bit more juice. He fits well in a zone blocking scheme and posted a 90.7 PFF grade. Yes, against lesser competition, but the technique and traits are there. He's another team captain and another guy the Raiders met with multiple times. The commitment to character and culture is clearly more than lip service this year. Grant could be a future piece if the team eventually moves on from Colton Miller, and even if not, he gives you legitimate depth. That's a B-plus pick in my book. So, let's zoom out for a second. Coming into day 2, the Raiders held picks 6, 37, and 68. By the end of the night, they had turned that into 5 picks. 2 starters, 2 developmental linemen, and 1 high-upside corner. That's not just smart, it's strategic. The added flexibility on day 3 opens the door for more moves, including the possibility of trading into round 5 since they currently don't have a pick there. Overall, this draft feels different from years past. It feels mature. For once, the Raiders aren't just swinging for headlines or hoping lightning strikes, they're drafting with a plan. They're drafting players they know, trust, and have spent real time evaluating. And most importantly, they're building a foundation, one made of captains, workers, and versatile football players. So, where does this leave us in terms of an overall draft grade? I'm going with a B plus, leaning toward A minus. There's still room for another impact pick or two, and the Shadur Sanders decision will continue to stir debate. But so far, this class looks like it belongs to a front office that understands where this team is headed and how to get there. Let me know in the comments what your draft grade is so far. Is it an A? A B? Are you seeing something I'm not? And while you're there, drop your one-word reaction to this draft class. Mine? Experienced. Because that's what this feels like. A front office that's been there, done that, and is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers.